Hello everybody, I am the Wasteland Viking and welcome back to Warhammer Gladius, 40k Gladius. And last time we started researching our Immortals and we've done a couple of the quests for Chapter 1, Scourge of the Old Ones, and also, just doing some infrastructure and things like that. We've got a tile that's going to be coming in and available for us next turn. And then we're going to be getting the Royal Pyramid up here, I think, so we can get heroes and things like that. And yeah, I think that's where we are at. So these guys came up here to heal. But I think I would like to get some more units and things like that before I actually send these guys down here. I think that's a good idea because you just never know what's going to be around. So, yeah. We can explore a little bit more around here. And things like that. But, let's go there. Order cities. What can we have you do? Well, right now, not really anything, and I'd like to save up on some of our resources, especially energy. Influence is always good to keep, to save up for just in case you need emergency times and things like that. Or I finally moved my recording HUD down in the bottom right, so I can show what's going on really quick at a glance. So that's good, but we'll just skip the city for now and end our turn. I think I'd like to get some Immortals going before we actually head down there. So over here, we could always do with some ore. How much does it speed that up? 142? Yeah. I think I'd rather hurry up some Immortals than the Royal Pyramid, to be honest. Possibly? I don't know. But yeah, let's get some ore in there. Acquire this tile. I don't know. Our population could always go up pretty high as well. Because I don't know whenever these pop up, it's always going to be a Necron tomb. So I don't know exactly how... we can, secure it and things like that, but I don't know how long it's going to be until we actually settle again for our population to... Well, because obviously population is by city to city, but still, as far as time goes, I don't know how long it's going to be, so we could always build another shelter, like in this new one here. Let's get some energy on the go as well in that area. I think that's good. We'll keep that there. Let's explore around over here. Oh, it's just literally that little end there. Alright, that's fine. It is kind of early in the morning, and also I slept alright, but not the best. We're in the middle... Well, I'm sure everywhere is, from what I've noticed, is in a heat wave, so it's been kind of uncomfortable, and I haven't done any recording at all this whole weekend because of that. Anyway, Immortals. Even before biotransference, the Immortals were the elite soldiers of the Necron Tyr and marched at the forefront of their galactic conquests. Reborn into tireless metal bodies, they are now the shock troops of each tomb world's armies. Where Necron warriors are but fodder to be fed to the guns of the foe, Immortals are far more valuable to their overlords and will be deployed accordingly. Heavily armed and armored, they will stop at nothing in the completion of their master's goals and will often be found at the heart of any crushing offensive or punitive counterattack. So they have 8 armor, which is obviously better than our warriors here. Same health, same morale, so they've got the same of everything, but they've got more health. They have their Tesla carbine, which are pretty cool weapons. Even on tabletop, they're nice. But they do 2 damage with 1.5 attacks each, and since there are 5 models in the unit, times 5. No armored penetration, though. Accuracy of 8, so 67%. Chance and then range of 2, so they don't do the rapid fire or anything like that. And Tesla increases the attacks. So what I'm going to do is have a wall of warriors up front, and then behind them, you know, the second tier, or the second rank, second rank of Immortals. That's the idea anyway, and then probably have like a hero in between the wall of Necron warriors, because a lot of them are better in melee, so it makes sense and things like that. But yeah, Tesla on the tabletop, what happens is that, so I think it's an assault 1. So let's just go with a immortal, you know, unit of 5, which is the minimum, I think, in the average, the normal. But so let's do that. So you roll 5 6-sided dice, and you roll that, and then I think it's a 3+ to hit. So anything 3 or higher hits the enemy, and if you roll any 6s, those hits count as 3 hits instead of 1. So that's kind of the, you know, chain lightning kind of effect here. And in the description, a Tesla weapon unleashes a bolt of living lightning that crackles from foe to foe after hitting its target, charring flesh and metal and melting armor. Tesla bolts feed off the energy released by the destruction. The lightning becomes more furious with every fresh arc. So yeah, that's their thing. They've got some pretty cool stuff. They obviously have the Necrodermis Repair. And then Dimensional Corridor. That's something I'll eventually get, but right now it's not really important. I mean, it helps get armies over pretty quick, but it costs 30 per unit to move. And obviously the more units you have, and I think depending on how big it is, the more expensive it costs to do and things like that. But they're worth, they cost 40 energy, which I think is a little bit more than our warriors here, probably. An upkeep of 2. Same as the warriors. So I think I'll do that. So actually, I'm not going to explore up that way. I'm just going to... I just wasted all their turns, just about. I don't want anybody being too far ahead of everybody else, because you just never know. Playing catch-up, it's annoying a lot of the time, honestly. So for loyalty and things like that, I'm going to be having the second city. I'm going to try to settle it as fast as I can, because resources from that city goes into a global research pool, or global resource pool, which helps a lot with things. So, but anyway, whenever you settle a city, you actually get -6 loyalty from it, like just in general. So I'm going to get the Baroque Shrine, so then when our tile pops up, hell, even this in this one maybe, but when the new tile pops up and things like that, then we can actually get that going. Because obviously the higher our population goes, the lower our loyalty will also decrease. As soon as possible, I wouldn't mind another unit of Immortals. In this game and on tabletop, they're pretty good. I really enjoy them. I'll just skip. I'm going to see how the hotkeys work. I just haven't really played with them much. Yeah, so the Baroque Shrine is going to be adding 6 to our loyalty. So I wish you could do the rapid rise on frickin' research, but obviously you can't. So they're not living metal. Okay, so some hybrids there. Oh, enslavers. Shit. We might actually have to deal with them a lot sooner than I wanted to. Which isn't bad, but yeah. They're the only ones that can shoot them anyway. I mean, we could wait. Let's skip you and see what they do. Sometimes enslavers just bug off, but yeah, like that. Okay. So I don't want to get a fight with them if I really don't have to. Alright, so we've got some level 2s here. Let's move you up front and actually try to level you up a little bit. Obviously, same thing with the Immortals. We can move these guys up. Move you here. Oh, shit. Oh well, Fog of War. It's a pain sometimes. I really enjoy the sound of the guys as well. It's pretty cool. Alright. It's nice because it's kind of like an overall leveling up, I guess. It's like some people get a synergy bonus for leveling up. When they're next to friendly units and things like that. It's kind of cool. At least it's something that I've noticed, but hasn't really been mentioned in the game in general. So, I don't know. I think I'll get one more thing of Immortals, and then after that I'm just going to kind of have the city save up on resources. And that's how I'll do it. Does it make sense to do that, actually? So I've got a few things coming in the mail. I'm going to be getting a pop filter windshield thing for my mic, for my new mic, and then I'm going to be getting a mouse wrist pad, and also some mice grips, I guess. Some mouse grips, just so it's a little easier to... Oh, what the hell? There are a lot of these guys here. I don't like it. Yeah, these guys, I believe, yeah, have rapid fire, yeah. So that's one thing. I'm at the two tile limit for the Immortals. I mean, they could go on the outside, but I wanted to have them behind the, warriors. I want to try to focus on one at a time, just because that's much easier to deal with. And then whoever's there, they'll finish them off. Alright. The more ore we get, the higher our population is going to increase significantly. How much is it for 50 energy for a shelter? Okay. Obviously, once we also have this going, it'll help out a lot with our production. Yeah, but on the topic of heat wave and things like that, I was sleeping well. I am recording kind of earlier. Just because it's like, why not? I'm not sleeping and there isn't anything else to do, so just gonna do this. Alright, so everybody can hit on this one. The thing that sucks is that they're in Imperial Ruins, so they get a plus 33% what is it? Ranged attack reduction or ranged damage reduction. And on top of that, they have their Shrouded ability, where they actually have an additional 33% range damage reduction on that. There's a vehicle we can get called... Actually, we could have these guys up in the front as well, right there. Called Tomb Blades, which is, a very basic one that you can get on tabletop. They're relatively cheap, but they have... something that you could get called what's it called? Neuroscopes or something like that. I forgot the actual title for them. They're in our research, so we could actually look it up. But if we get that for them, they can actually ignore anybody's damage, range damage reduction bonuses or anything like that. It's really cool. They could shoot through cover. Same on the tabletop. Anyway, the Baroque Shrine. While the stelae talk of the ancient Necron Tyr's victories and glories, this shrine tells a darker story. It details their conversion to metal and subjugation by the Khitan, and of Zarek, the Silent King, and his long-planned betrayal and destruction of the soul-eating star gods. Even amongst the soulless Necrons, this inspires reverence. So we get 6 loyalty from it, and there is an upgrade from it, way down the line. 2 upkeep. And 50 energy to do that. Most of our um, resource buildings like that are going to cost about that much to do. So it's to be expected. All right. Resistance is annoying. Indeed it is. Highly overrated too. Yeah, so we're doing more damage with these guys since we are in rapid range. So their cover does something, but the chance of that reduces quite a bit. And skip you. So yeah, the nebuloscope. That's what it's called. Yep, allows Tomb Blades to ignore range damage reduction. And also the Shield Vein, which increases the armor of Tomb Blades by 2, I think. So it's pretty good. I think I'm going to get the Canoptic Spider right away, so we could settle as quickly as possible. This is a really good one to get because it increases it to 8, I think, per turn. Oh, for the reanimation protocols, it's not the Necrodermis repair. It's for... Oh, it is for their the passive ability one. Alright, so that's a good one for us to have, but we need to start heading down here into this area. Alright, let's put you back here. I like the models on these guys as well. All the models for every faction, it's really close, if not exact, to what the tabletop is. It's really, really cool. I like the neon green. Didn't GW come up, GW come out with a Citadel paint that's, I forgot what the name is called. It's like Tesseract or something like that, but it's this neon greenish kind of color. Obviously for the new Necron stuff that's coming out. Which that's going to be my first official... I could get a Lord right now, but I am actually going to be saving up to get a Cryptek, which is actually in the future one of the quests that we need to do. So I want to save up for one of those and just be able to get it as fast as possible. So let's actually get a settlement or a shelter in here. Yeah, I think that's a good thing to do right there. We had just enough energy for it. But I think Necron is going to be my first official model army. Which, I mean, currently I don't even have an income, so I can't even get models semi-regularly. I'd have to ask my brother to get me some, which I know he's kind enough that he will, but feel bad. Anyway, end turn. But we've been playing on Tabletop Simulator. No Overwatch? I think it's because we're shooting through trees, so it doesn't really happen. Yeah, that's why. That's fine. Let's have these guys quickly kind of come in. Let's fill up the gap a little bit. Oh yeah, they do have Overwatch. It's just whether they have rapid fire or not. That's what I'm worried about. But since they didn't do nearly as much damage to us as they could have. Anyway, you guys can stay there. Same with you. End turn. You guys can move here. It's annoying that the only way to get in and out is through that one particular ramp. Also, the moving animation for all of them are pretty cool. And you can finish them off. And sometimes, it hasn't happened yet, but I think when people reach level 4 or something like that, they get a special name. I've seen Elite Guard or High Guard. I've seen Golden Harpies. Just things like that. I don't know why, but it's cool how they do that. I like it. Yeah, you're just going to be saving up on stuff. dude. Alright, Canoptic Spiders. They're a monstrous support unit that founds new cities. Though essentially an automated drone, a Canoptic Spider is nonetheless a formidable foe. Its vast array of self-repair and backup systems, vital for enduring uncaring millennia, offers substantial protection against incoming fire. In return, any enemy that strays within reach of the Canoptic Spider will have flesh scoured from bone by a multitude of mechanical tools and pincers. So they have pretty good armor as well. More hit points than the average. 12 morale, movement of 3. I'm guessing it's standard sight 3. But what hits hard is their weapon, especially the close combat weapon. It has 3 damage, 2 attacks, 6 armor penetration, 6 accuracy, 50%. So it's not like the best, but it's still up there. And range 1. But yeah, it's pretty good stuff. And also the twin linked particle beamer, which is pretty much a las cannon, the 2-time las cannon. But it has blast, hits multiple group members of the target, and heavy reduces the accuracy after moving, and then 2-time twin linked increases the accuracy, so it pretty much normalizes the hit. These weapons emit a stream of minuscule antimatter particles that detonate upon impact with their target. They are incredibly reliable, needing only enough energy to maintain the containment field that prevents the antimatter from detonating within the weapon's own firing mechanism. So it's pretty good. 3 damage, only 1 attack, armor penetration of 1, and accuracy of 8. So it's pretty good. There are all these upgrades we could do for it. Extra, weapon armor, static targeting, increases the accuracy against units in cities. That's pretty good. Plus 2% accuracy. We can give it Scarab Hives, Gloom Prism, and Hammer of Wrath. That's a really good one. But yeah. So it looks like all is fine and good and dandy. We come over here. Go over here. Alright. So you just have to walk over that and it counts as securing it. Only Necron could tell that this tomb was breached from the outside and resealed. Who or what waits for us inside? So we got 50 research from that, which is pretty good. Let's have these guys kind of march down. I should have had the warriors going first, but that's alright. So I think what I'm going to do is kind of make a perimeter here until I actually do settle, which is going to be happening pretty soon. So I'm not too worried about wasting time. Like right now, bam, bam. Can have it settled in 1 turn. Except I do need a Baroque Shrine. How much is it? 50 energy. Alright. So I'll build one here when the time is ready for it. Yeah, after the shelter. I think that's what I'll do. Because we are at... Sorry, I keep coming to this. But 1 loyalty. So we're going to be in negative for probably a little while before we actually do anything. But I'm going to be having this new city be a... like a vehicle building and some heavy infantry unit building kind of city. So we can customize it to be that, and it's going to be really cool. So let's do this. Could do flayed ones, but the things I like ranged so much, and the flayed ones, after a certain point, it's kind of, they're good early on, but they're not worth it at some point. But yeah, let's do this actually. So it's space for ending turn. Alright. So these So those hounds have infiltrate, so they don't trigger our Overwatch. Chapter 2, Messenger from the Past. One of the tombs hold a Triarch Praetorian called, I think it's Eston, a Necron judge. However, he is not of our dynasty, but instead a traveler who became trapped here long after our slumber began. He tells us that after we destroyed our Catan gods at the orders of the Silent King, we were victorious in the war in heaven, crushing the old ones. Afterwards we slept, weakened by battle. In those dying days, Eston's group had been dispatched into the webway to lead an invasion of Old One homeworlds. But he lost his way in the maze and became stranded on our world when the webway collapsed. He forced his way into the tomb's entrance, but with no way to enter it proper. Has spent 60 million years alone, listening to the waking galaxy. This obfuscating warp storm is a new phenomenon he believes intended to trap us here. Which honestly most warp storms do. It's either you get trapped there or you just get destroyed. Eston thinks he knows a way off the planet, involving the fragmented webway portals, but it involves awakening a cryptech of our dynasty. Fortunately, our records indicate that a chronomancer cryptech loyal to the dynasty was entombed nearby. So we've already researched the Royal Pyramid, we've constructed a Royal Pyramid, now we need to research cryptech and produce a cryptech, and then we get 100 influence from it. So pretty good stuff. Let's have you move here. Have you move here. You can stay there. Actually, yeah, let's just do hold so we don't have to worry about them. We'll keep an eye on them, but we don't have to worry about them. Have you go here. Oh yeah, hold. Yeah, I told them. Okay, good. Sometimes if you give them an order and then do other things, it confuses the game a little bit. Alright, so you can go here. Oh, I can't because there's already a unit there. Try not to get in their range, but I think I'll have to. Yeah. Right there. Let's have you hold position as well. Order cities. We can hurry this stuff up so that we could get to the shrine as quickly as possible. I could take a risk and actually get rid of the shelters right now. Yeah, let's do that and then have the shrine be put there. Yeah. And then we can rush that. Alright. I'm actually alright with that, to be honest. Or else I wouldn't be doing it, right? Efficient reanimation protocols. With these cryptech-derived repair and revival systems, Necrons are even more likely to shrug off apparently fatal damage. Cool. Alright, so let's go here. Obviously, you can just go there. Oh, right. Execute queued orders. I like the sound of the cryptech spiders, but there you go. That's what it looks like in all its glory. It's really cool. Even the tabletop model is really, really cool. I'm just going to save on resources and all that good stuff. Ooh. Imperial accumulators. Either we could do that or we could actually start getting into here a little bit. Could do this one, it's pretty good. Atomic flares increases the armor penetration of Gauss weapons, so it'll make our warriors better, and also I think the tomb blades and things like that. Anything with the Gauss tag, I guess, we'll have that. Haunting inscriptions increases influence. It's pretty good. Heavy destroyers are really good. Anti-armor infantry units. They have really higher armor penetration. You could just blast through things. Preliminary excavation increases the tile acquisition radius of cities to 2 instead of just the 1. Scarab Hive grants canoptic spiders the ability to construct canoptic scarabs. And then Slave Mastaba, building that constructs new buildings as well as generates energy, influence, and increases loyalty. I thought there was no point in this, but it actually makes sense if you want to have multiple building production at the same time. And things like that, so I can see that happening. Instead of waiting for one city to build everything, you could build that and then have another, building going instead. Yeah, let's do atomic flares. Why not? Make our weaker guys a little bit tougher. Alright, so we got 5 turns for that. Yeah, we'll have time. Yeah, 5 turns until this increases, then we can just have a shelter being built. Yeah, I think that works. Cool. I like how the plan is working. It's coming together nicely. Yep, alright, so you're holding. You can go right there. And hold. And you can be skipped, thank you. You're gonna get crushed, dudes. Oh, alright. Let's just attack these guys. No point in keeping them alive, to be honest. Let me guys know, is the... Actually, no. Let's change some things. I think the music volume is a little bit louder than I would like. So I want it there, but I don't want it, overpowering. I mean, I could barely hear their Tesla stuff happening, so... And that's good. Execute queued stuff. Alright, where are we at for that? We're pretty good. Next thing that I'll research after the atomic flares is the Cryptech. So I like getting some other things going first before I actually do the, main quest stuff. Just a personal preference of mine. I mean, that's better, but more of the ambient music was being played rather than the main music. So that main music is pretty loud. Alright, execute queued stuff. There we go. Order units. Let's have you hold again. We could rush this if we want to. It's actually a good... Yeah, let's do that. It's a lot of influence I'm using up, but I'm trying to get things as quickly as possible so we're not in the negative. We're going to end up being at 0 again anyway. But we could always build another shrine, in the new city. Cool. Almost there. Next turn. Alright, so you're done with that. Let's build the shelter here. And that's about all I could do. So let's get... more ore. That will always be a go-to no matter what I do. Let's skip that. There we go. So I think I'm going to do like the basic resource stuff in this city as well. like more influence and things like that, all that stuff. But yeah, so this turn we can actually settle. Found the city right there. Sweet. Alright, so our energy, science, research, influence, all that stuff went up because of that, which is really good. Our loyalty as a nation is at 0. -1 for that. Okay. Gorod Tyr. That's a pretty cool name. And then Tramun Zek. Alright. Let's end our turn. Then we got our wall of metal. Alright, well, I'm going to leave the episode here. We built our second city, and so just need to do some infrastructure stuff so our loyalty doesn't drop further than it does. Because whenever it gets into the negative effects happen and whatnot. So we're going to have to keep an eye on that. Yeah, so while each negative point decreases it by 2%, each positive point of loyalty increases the city's total resource output by 1%, while each negative point decreases by 2% down to, I'm guessing, maximum of -50. Each city after the first decreases loyalty in all cities by 6. So that's going to be a toughie, but we'll have to deal with it. Anyway, some more infrastructure is going to be made. Next time, I will be getting the Cryptech research going and the Cryptech production going, so we can continue the quest from our, I don't know, from the Silent King, I guess, from Zarek. And I hope you guys enjoyed that. This is a very fun series so far, and also it's been a while since I played it last. Okay, there we go. Game froze for a second, but that's alright. We're still live, we're good. But please leave down some comments down below about how you want this series to go, what you like about it. If you are a Warhammer 40k person, if you're part of the community, tell me how you think how 9th edition is if you've played it. My brother and I have play tested it with the downloadable free PDF of it's like between 25 to 30 pages. I don't remember how much it is. We play tested it. I was Necron and he was against his tier, and he was playing his Tyranids, and it was a lot of fun. I enjoy it quite a bit. But yeah, let me know how your feelings are for 9th edition, what you like about it, what you don't like about it. And also please like and subscribe. That'll help me out a lot. It'll help out the channel a lot. I'll really appreciate it. Give me a bit of incentive to play these games, which I think I will anyway, but it helps. And also growing this community. It's going to take time, but I'm really excited for it. And also I hope you have the rest of your week. I'll see you next video. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.